Hi, I'm Lacey. Welcome back to my channel, Lacey Day Reads. So today I'm going to be going through my August TBR, and part of what I'm reading in August also correlates with the Merlin Readathon, which I'm super excited for. Kat from Bambina Katarina is hosting that with her sister Emily and Ro, Tasman, and Kay. So I'm super excited to take part in that. It's like a choose your own adventure style readathon, which is going to be so fun. I haven't really done many readathons in the past, so this is one of my first ones, and it seems like a good one to get into because it's over 2 weeks and the goal is to read 4 books. So that seems really doable. The prompts were super fun. Lots of choices, so I didn't feel super locked into specific things. So I'm super excited. I will link the video where they announce it. I will link the announcement video down below. It's so cute. The way that they did the whole announcement is super creative and super fun. The footage is really pretty. So go check that out. It lists the prompts, lists all the hosts and co-hosts. So I am super excited to take part of that. So I'm gonna go through my TBR for that first, which is 4 picks. And then I have a couple others that if I have time in the month, I hope to get to. Let's jump into it. First, in the readathon, you start out as an apprentice, and to move on to the next level, like there's 4 levels. So to move on, the prompt that I chose is read a book with green on the cover. So for that, I'm reading Heartstopper Volume 3. So this has lots of green. The cover, everything is adorable. So this is a graphic novel. I hauled this in my library haul. This is about 2 friends. They fall in love. This is a super popular book on BookTube. I've been wanting to get to these forever. Graphic novels are great for readathons, just to kind of help in terms of page count. So I am choosing this. I think this will be a good way to start it off too. Yay, I already finished a book. So very motivating to be able to read this in hopefully one sitting and get through it. I'm so excited. It just looks really adorable, and I've heard this one is the more like hard-hitting, that it kind of gets more emotional, and this is the one that really I think talks about mental health, so I'm super intrigued about that. This is my prompt to go from an apprentice to a magician. The next level is magician. So for that, there were 3 prompts you could choose. The book that I chose though pretty much fits all the prompts, so I feel like I get extra points for that. But the one that I'm going with is read a book that has gold foil on the cover. So for that, I'm doing Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. The other prompts were read a book with a snake on the cover. Hello. And read a book that has a map. I kind of thought this was a map. I think it is. It's like the different houses. So basically it counts for all of them. But the one that I'm doing is gold foil on the cover, which you can kind of see. It's so pretty, super shiny. So this one I also talked about in my library haul. I don't know a ton about it. I know it's about 2 sisters, demons of hell or something. I think there's a romance in it. So I'm hoping that this is one of those fantasies that I just fly through. It sounds really interesting, and I've had it on my TBR for a while. So I'm super excited to get into this one. So hopefully after I finish the Heartstopper volumes, I hope to jump right into this one. So the third prompt is conjurer. So to go from magician to conjurer, the prompt that I went with was pick a book that packs an emotional punch. And for that, I chose The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. This has been on my TBR for a while too. So this book, it takes the Underground Railroad and makes it a literal concept. So it's a literal railroad underground. This is about the main character, Cora, I believe is her name. Yeah, she's a slave on a plantation in Georgia. And I think it's all about her trying to get to freedom. This has been out for a while, and I've been super interested in this. It has really mixed reviews, which I don't typically like to read books based on the reviews anyway, because I think that's just so subjective, and reading is so broad and vast that Just because one person hates it doesn't mean someone else isn't going to love it, obviously. But it does intrigue me to see why it has negative reviews. The concept sounds so interesting. I have heard some good things about it, and I just think it would be good. I'm also trying to read from more authors of color, and so this has been on my shelf for a long time. I bought this secondhand a while ago, so I figured this was a good prompt, and I do hear it's pretty evocative, pretty emotional writing, so I thought it would be perfect for that. This is my prompt to move from magician to conjurer. For the last level, to move from conjurer to mage, to finish the readathon and the prompts, it is pick a 5-star prediction. So for me, this one, I feel like this is embarrassing because I haven't read this yet, and this I feel like is #1 booktube. Everybody loves it. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have read, from Taylor Jenkins Reid, this author, I have read Daisy Jones and the Six. I listened to that on audiobook, which was such a good experience. The audiobook has a full cast, and those are just super fun to listen to. I was really drawn in by the characters, by the story. I flew through it. And then recently I read Malibu Rising, and I know that has, speaking of mixed reviews, I feel like that has had mixed reviews. I liked it. I liked Daisy Jones better, I think, but I still liked Malibu Rising. I like Taylor Jenkins Reid's characters. I like the way that she writes. Her books are so readable. I don't think it's like the biggest masterpiece type literature, but who cares? So this book though is I feel like pretty much everybody's favorite by her. So I've been wanting to read this. I finally bought this. I went to a cute bookshop where I live, and they had this for a decent price. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it. And I'm choosing this for 5-star prediction because so many people have given this 4 and 5 stars, have cried in this, have adored this, talk about it all the time. So I'm so excited. If anything, I feel like it's going to be a quick read because the other 2 that I read from her, I flew through. Just the way that she writes, and there's always like a hint of mystery in terms of there's going to be a reveal that you don't know is coming. So that's always super fun. So this is my 5-star prediction. I'm excited to finally read it. And if I finish that, I will become a mage, which is exciting. So those are my picks for the readathon. I'm super excited, and I'll link all of that stuff below. I'm hoping to vlog during that. I haven't done a vlog yet, so I thought doing a Merlin readathon vlog would be super fun. Keep an eye out for that. And then I have 2 other picks that I just want to get to. Again, I talked about this in my library haul. It's Heartberries by Therese Marie Myatt. This is a memoir, and I'm reading this for another book club that I'm a part of. It's really short. It's under 200 pages. I feel like if I kind of get off track, I can make this work for a different prompt as well. I have heard that this is pretty emotional too, so it could work for that. So I want to get to this because we're doing a Zoom book club meeting, and I obviously want to read that and be prepared, have thoughts. I'm just excited to talk about books with other people. So this one, I'm like, I have to get to this. But it's pretty short, and usually memoirs are pretty quick reads because I just love reading about somebody's life. Stories are the #1 reason why I love reading. So I'm super excited about this one too. Obviously, I think I've said that about every pick, and I'm excited about them, which is why I picked them. So you don't need to keep saying that. Here we are. This one, it's so pretty too. So I'm really excited. Oh my gosh, why do I keep saying that? That is my 5th TBR pick. And then the last one, I wanted to just have another fun like romance option. So this one is on my iPad on my Kindle, and it is Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. So the Brown Sisters trilogy by Talia Hibbert I started reading it this year. It's so much fun. It's adult romance. It's about the Brown sisters. So it's about Chloe, Danny, and Eve. This is the 3rd one. I haven't read it yet. I pre-ordered it, and I got it on my iPad, and I still just haven't read it. It just hasn't worked out. It's pretty much been on my TBR, I feel like, since it came on my Kindle, which was earlier this year. These, the first 2 I flew through. Danny Brown, the 2nd one, has been my favorite so far, but I've heard a lot of people like this one even more. I'm really intrigued to see what I think and which one is my favorite, but I love all of them. I mean, Chloe Brown was also amazing. They're not just romance, that's obviously the main component, but they also deal, like Chloe Brown in the first one has chronic illness. The love interest in Danny Brown has severe anxiety. And then I think that Eve Brown is on the autism spectrum. It's just so cool that Talia Hibbert works in real issues into those novels. So that is my TBR. All of these, oh, plus my Kindle. So this is my TBR for the month of August. This is pretty bold. At least there's a graphic novel and this little guy, which is like under 200 pages, but this is still a lot. So we will see what I get to, but I'm hoping to at least get to the 4 for the Merlin Readathon, because it just sounds fun and I want to become a mage. That's my plans. Let me know if you've read any of these. Let me know if you're participating in the readathon. It sounds like a blast, and I know they have a Twitter page, everything like that. So I'm hoping there will be reading sprints and things to kind of keep us motivated. Let me know what you're reading in August if you're participating, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!